Okay, let's dive into this explainer. Today, we're tackling a subject that is absolutely crucial to the daily operations of your martial arts school. Finding the perfect Dojo POS, or point-of-sale software that seamlessly integrates with membership management for 2026. We're going to break down all the data, compare the absolute top platforms out there, and give you a really structured way to figure out exactly what your dojo needs. Think of this agenda as our whiteboard roadmap. It's designed to logically guide us from diagnosing the problem right through to finding a structured solution. So we'll quickly cover the front desk nightmare, what dojos actually need, dojo first POS platforms, general fitness POS platforms, and finally, the buyer's checklist. All right, let's get into section 1, the front desk nightmare, when systems fail. We've really got to acknowledge the daily administrative friction that plagues martial arts school managers. If you manage a school, you've probably heard this exact question. Why was that parent charged twice? Oh man, it is so relatable, right? It's an incredibly frustrating question. And honestly, if it's being asked at your front desk, your systems are failing both you and your members. Let's look at exactly how this happens. So here's a classic scenario for you. A parent walks up to the front counter and pays for a brand new gi and a belt test fee. You swipe the card, it goes through, the receipt prints. Success, right? Well, not exactly. Because when you're using a generic system, neither of those charges ever actually appears on the family's membership record. The transaction is just lost in the void. Your front desk has no idea the fee was paid. Your revenue reports are a total mess because they can't tell the difference between membership dues and retail sales. And the absolute ultimate nightmare? The following month, a well-meaning staff member looks at that incomplete record and asks the parent to pay the testing fee all over again. Yeah, I'm sure that goes over wonderfully. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why we need to move to section 2, what dojos actually need, defining the solution. We've got to identify the unique operational footprint of a dojo. You see, that scenario we just talked about isn't really just a POS problem. It's a POS and membership problem. A generic POS system can easily ring up a sale without knowing a single thing about the person standing there buying it. But a true dojo POS, it's totally different. By definition, it's a point-of-sale system that writes every single transaction back to the exact same student and family record that's used for membership billing. It's absolutely crucial. This guarantees that your one-time belt test fees, retail purchases like gear, and recurring monthly tuition all show up in one unified place, rather than being scattered across 3 fragmented systems. I want you to imagine we're drawing this out on a whiteboard. On one side, in blue let's say, you have the basic generic POS features. These are built for one-off transactions and single users, kind of like a coffee shop. But on the other side, in purple, you have the essential dojo-specific integrations. A dojo POS absolutely has to handle a martial arts school's unique operational footprint. It has to seamlessly link belt test fees, family billing for multiple siblings, and recurring tuition. It's like a giant puzzle that needs to fit together perfectly. So let's take a bird's eye view of how this all translates into the software market today. We evaluated 5 major platforms: Wellyx, Zen Planner, Gymdesk, PushPress, and Mindbody. And we looked at them strictly based on how well they handled this exact intersection of POS and memberships. We're zeroing in on family billing, belt test handling, and starting price. Let's break these down. Which brings us to section 3, dojo first POS platforms, purpose-built solutions. Let's dive into the platforms that genuinely cater to the multi-student and belt tracking needs of martial arts schools. First up on the list, we have Wellyx. Honestly, it's a really powerful tool because it explicitly automates belt fees right alongside tuition. It even flags your retail stock before you run out of gis or sparring gear, which is super handy. Plus, they offer this fantastic family portal so parents can manage multiple students from just one login. Overall, Wellyx is a brilliant choice if you're looking to tie your POS and family billing into broader marketing and retention tools all under one roof. But there is a bit of a catch when it comes to where the POS feature actually sits in their pricing structure. Now, what's really interesting here is this specific number, $199. You see, Wellyx advertises an entry tier at $99 a month. However, the POS system, along with their lead management and marketing automation, doesn't actually sit on that entry tier. To get those, you have to bump up to their Exceed tier at $199 a month or go even higher to their Ultimate tier. So you'll definitely want to budget accordingly. Next up, let's talk about Zen Planner. Fun fact, this platform was actually founded by a martial arts school owner, and you can really see that DNA baked right into the software. It handles shared family accounts beautifully, it automatically applies sibling discounts, and belt and rank tracking are just a core part of every single student profile. So it's a great fit if family billing is your top priority. That being said, users do sometimes complain about a slightly dated interface and somewhat higher processing fees. Also, while their base tier starts at $99, there are some conflicting pricing reports out there regarding their higher tier marketing add-ons, so definitely verify those costs directly with them. One of our sources provides a really great practical takeaway for this one. Choose Zen Planner when family billing depth and belt-based curriculum tracking matter more than interface polish. Honestly, that perfectly summarizes exactly who should be evaluating this platform. It hits the nail right on the head. Our third Dojo First platform is Gymdesk. And what really stands out here is their complete transparency. It's a major positive. Gymdesk includes native POS, family accounts, and belt tracking at every single paid tier. No hidden upsells, no extra add-ons required to unlock the good stuff. Their pricing structure just simply scales based on your active member count, which usually ranges from around $49 to $150 or more per month. If you're someone who just wants operations and billing bundled together seamlessly without worrying about constantly hitting feature paywalls, this is a highly attractive option. But I do need to add one critical, objective caveat here. Unlike Wellyx, Gymdesk doesn't clearly document automatic fee triggering that's tied directly to testing eligibility. Now, they absolutely have belt tracking, for sure, but the actual automated workflow to automatically charge for that test, it just isn't spelled out in the same way. So if that kind of automation is a real game changer for your school, you absolutely must confirm it during the live demo. Okay, moving right along to Section 4, General Fitness POS Platforms, Broader Market Tools. Here, we're shifting our focus to platforms that handle POS really well, but weren't built specifically around belt-based dojo operations. First, in this category, let's look at PushPress. Now, it has a genuinely excellent built-in POS system. However, it completely lacks native belt tracking, and it just isn't structured for the complexities of multi-student family billing. The truth is, PushPress is fundamentally designed for general fitness gyms that might just happen to host a couple of martial arts classes on the side. If you're running a dedicated dojo where belt tracking and family billing are core to your daily survival, you should probably avoid this one. Then, of course, there's Mindbody. Now, Mindbody has incredibly mature POS and retail tools, but its massive differentiator is its consumer marketplace app. That app offers just incredible reach for new student discovery that the dedicated dojo platforms simply can't match. The catch? Because it was built for the general wellness market, you are definitely going to have to rely on workarounds to manage your belt tracking depth. It's a real trade-off. Basically, this is for businesses willing to sacrifice that native dojo-specific functionality in exchange for massive new student marketing reach. And hey, speaking of that marketing reach, keep this number in the back of your mind, 20%. Mindbody charges a reported 20% marketplace commission on those app-driven bookings. And yes, that is on top of their standard monthly subscription fees, which start at around $99 and can scale all the way up to nearly $700. You really have to do the math on this one to ensure that the extra marketplace exposure is actually worth the premium. All right, this brings us to Section 5, the buyer's checklist, making your decision. So the crucial point here is making sure you have an actionable framework before you buy anything. Let's walk through this 6-step checklist together to ensure you avoid that dreaded front desk nightmare we talked about earlier. Number 1, unified family billing. You need to know that multiple students can sit under one account but still be tracked individually. Number 2, defined belt test fees. Ideally, these should trigger automatically. You really don't want your staff manually entering them as miscellaneous charges. Number 3, linked retail tracking. You've got to ensure your system separates those gi sales from recurring tuition in your revenue reports. Number 4, no trial duplicate records. Basically, make sure walk-ins don't create messy double records when they eventually become full members. Number 5, hardware compatibility. Always confirm the exact specs for your card readers and receipt printers. And number 6, guys, this one is arguably the most overlooked, offline mode. Because trust me, a POS that goes down the second your internet drops in the middle of a packed belt testing day, that is a massive problem. I want to leave you with this final incredibly important thought. What is actually breaking at your front desk right now? I mean it, really think about it. If it's family billing friction causing you headaches, then Zen Planner or Gymdesk might be your best bet. If you desperately need your marketing tied directly into your POS, well, it might be Wellyx. Reflect on your own unique operational bottlenecks, grab this checklist we just made, and go book those software demos armed with exactly what you need to know. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.